Hello, beautiful people of the internet. If you're new here, hi, hello, I'm Melissa. I go to the University of Texas as a junior, and I fear I've been coming out with a lot more reading vlogs, and I fear you've also stumbled upon another one of mine. This time we are reading Sunrise on the Reaping. This is my most anticipated release for this entire year. I have had it on my calendar since the moment it was announced. I have been waiting at beck and call for this book, and I am far too excited to read it. I also finally have a Kindle to read all of my new releases on, so this is gonna be even more fun in case my book does not come in the mail on time. So just know that me and you are gonna delve into this together. But anyway, I'm so excited to get into this book, and I will see you guys on release day. Hi, book besties. So I opened this morning at 4:30 in the morning, and I gladly woke up to a Kindle notification saying that my Sunrise on the Reaping Kindle version was delivered. Hello, release day. That's insane. I loved that. That's partially why I got my Kindle, because I like to read certain books like the day that it releases. And sometimes when you have a Kindle, it releases the night before at 10 p.m., at least here in Texas time. So I do have Sunrise on the Reaping in my presence, and I can fully read it right now. You're gonna look at me and you're gonna be like, girl, you are superstitious. I just don't want to break my tradition. I have read every single Hunger Games through the physical book, and I refuse to change my tradition now. And I know everybody's reading it right now, and I know everybody is giving me spoilers, and I know everybody's like, oh my god, like, it's out, guys. I've been seeing these videos everywhere. I see you, I hear you, but I may not. I am not doing that. And I'm waiting till my physical copy gets here. Wait a minute. This is gonna be the first time that I have a book that I've pre-ordered on release day. That being said, I will see you when my book gets here, because I'm not reading it on my Kindle. We don't break traditions in this household. I'm happy to admit that I did not break tradition and I did not read it on my Kindle, because guess what? I've got my hardback. And it is just as beautiful in person as I thought it was going to be. Also, I want to ask, do we personally read like hardcovers with the dust jacket on or without? Because I personally am a person who reads without. So just here to say that I have the book, and I am officially starting my reading timer right now. It is 3:23. So let's get into it. Hello, beautiful people of the internet. If you cannot tell, we made it to chapter 5 in this freaking book. And I wanted to let you guys know the structure, in which case I am filming this video and also doing post-production, so that way you guys do not get any spoilers if you do not want any. So there will be a timestamp that you can skip to if you have not read the first 5 chapters of this book. So here you go. There's your timestamp. Don't tell me anything. You clicked on this book. You clicked on this video, okay? Okay. I'm structuring it so that we check in every 5 chapters because this book is 27 chapters, and we all know in Suzanne Collins' world, 5 chapters can make or break a character, and we can lose a couple of people. And dare I say, the amount that happens within these first 5 chapters, I'm letting you know right now, we're heading into warning territory. We're gonna unpack what just happened. The first chapter, as he's heading into the reaping, 1, it's his birthday. The fact that he gets reaped twice on his birthday, twice, because of the Hunger Games. I mean, because of Mockingjay, because he gets reaped in Mockingjay. Are you crazy? That's insane. That's absolutely insane. This is literally like a flint thingy. It's a spark thingy. I don't even know what it's called. I don't remember what it's called. It's exited from my brain in this moment. But Lenore Duff gives this to him, which we end up finding out that she is Cubby, and I'm under the assumption that she knows that Lucy Gray exists, because when asked about it from Haymitch, she's silent about it. But it's also established prior to this that there is an establishment between her and the mayor, or like the Coveys and the mayor. I don't really read much into the fact that she didn't give any information on Lucy Gray. Honestly, that's to be expected. Snow wiped her off the face of the earth. Like, let's be so honest here. So, that to be said. Into the next chapters, we meet Burdock, we meet Astrid, we meet the Donners, we meet the twins. Some names I'm blanking on, but we have Burdock and Astrid, which I ended up figuring out are Katniss's parents, which that's so fun. I feel like we're finally getting names to the faces, which is something that I've been wanting to have for years. So this is like, it's just feeding the little girl inside of me right now. Cameo from Mr. Malarkin here. That was cute. Oh, got me thinking of Beta, which honestly sucks, but like, I don't know, I don't think he's with his wife yet. There was no indication that he's with his wife yet, so no abuse happening yet. That's pretty much up until I got to, and then the fact is, like, the reaping is nothing of what we thought it was going to be, honestly. The fact is, they just picked Haymitch because he tried to help his woman out so that she didn't get hurt, which, go you, Haymitch. Go you. And Plutarch, Heavensby, is in this, and Mr. Man just said, I pick you. Made his parents do a whole show for the Capitol. Made his parents do a whole show for the Capitol, just so that they could get a proper goodbye. So I don't know what angle Heavensby is playing in this yet. But given the fact that he ends up leading the rebellion later, I can't tell if he's going to be all Capitol in this book or play to both scenes. The Booker boys, the guy that got reaped, I forgot his name, it starts with a C. He knows a lot about the tributes because he's an odds maker. So I feel like we're going to get more information on new tributes. And I feel like that's something that's so fun when it comes to a new Hunger Games book. Because hello, Cato and Clove. Finnick O'Dare. Like, let's be so honest. Finnick? Like, the things that we find out about the districts in these books just, like, further, I don't know, paints the picture of how bad the Capitol is or how badly the other districts are. Like how in the first Hunger Games, District 11 was really highlighted. Catching Fire, I feel like it was really highlighted. I think it's District 7. They highlight, there's certain districts that they highlight in every book, and honestly, it's insane. It's insane. I'm loving it so far. Obviously 5-star feelings. This is a book that I've been waiting on far too long. And I don't know, it just feels weird to have a physical copy in my hands. Given the fact that I feel like this book was a figment of my imagination in middle school, and now it's here. So you can only understand how I'm feeling. I will see you guys when I pick it back up later on. And if I don't see you and I read past the 5 chapters, you will get another update after this. So I will see you guys later. So your girl didn't really realize that this bookshelf was gonna get here at this time, and I didn't realize that I was gonna have to reorganize my entire life right now because we have a new bookshelf and it's my first bookshelf. So it's fun and it's exciting. My boyfriend just went to go return my last Kindle because it had the white line, the dreaded white line. If you know, you know. Also along the lines of book updates, since we are getting this thing built today, you guys will see me build it, organize it, and we're also gonna finish Sunrise on the Reaping because hello, new Hunger Games. I'm not gonna post my review on shorts or anything until this video goes up, so if you guys don't see it until then, I am sorry. It's just because I don't want anyone to have spoilers before they're able to finish this book, because I made it up to chapter 11. But I fear that's where I'm gonna have to stop because my shelf is literally here. Anyway, it literally feels like we are in the year 2000 because, hello, John Green novel just came out that I also have yet to buy. And we have the Hunger Games, and I'm getting a new shelf. I don't know, I'm getting like deja vu. But yeah, cue the montage. We are going to take apart my entire life. So my bookshelf is completely done, and now it's time to decorate. Because I'm in the middle of a 6-book series and I barely started the 3rd book, and I'm not even started on the 3rd book. So I have 4 books to finish in a week and a half. Dare I say I'm a little scared now because Sunrise on the Reaping is taking a little longer to read than I thought. I lost my 20-day Fable streak due to this book. I haven't read since Thursday. Go off tomorrow. I'm gonna lock in and read Sunrise on the Reaping, 10 chapters on my Kindle, because I feel like it'll be easier than reading my physical book right now. Yeah, if you can't tell, I'm struggling. I'm struggling a lot. We've officially made it about halfway through the book of Sunrise on the Reaping, and dare I say, there has been so much that has happened that I'm dumbfounded. Everyone's saying that Sunrise on the Reaping was a cash grab, and I'm saying otherwise. I'm gonna get into specifics, so if you do not want to get any spoilers, skip to this time on the screen for you. But Lenore Dove is Covey. And then we also find out about Katniss's parents, which I think I already touched on, but it's Burdock and Astrid. And then we see Mr. Millark and how they're all intertwined in this little world of Panem and District 12. Moving on to the games where Haymitch gets reaped, it's basically like he isn't necessarily reaped in the right way. Like, Peeta was always the one reaped, but I feel like Katniss wasn't, or like Prim wasn't. Does that make sense? I feel like they definitely plotted because entertainment purposes. They saw what was going on, they didn't like what she was doing, and I feel like it was sort of the same with Haymitch. And I say this in the sense that when he was getting reaped, he was trying to protect Lenore, his love, and Plutarch, Heavensby, is in this, and he's just like, you, I want you. Takes him, he's then reaped with the other 4. Lulu dies, his sweetheart, in this book, and dare I say I cried, and I had to put the book down for like 2 days to process, but here we are, chapter 15 finally. I'm gonna read like 5 more chapters today and then finish the rest of the book tomorrow, or the rest of the book tonight, depending on how I feel after my close. But there's just so much that happens, and then there's so many familiar faces. We see Effie. Effie's in this. Bless her heart, she saves them so that they don't look like freaking pigs at the interviews so that they could get sponsors. Bless her heart. And then, what else am I missing? Lenore Dove being Covey. And the fact that in Haymitch's games, he is technically rebelling because Plutarch and him come together in this book to go against, you know, the Capitol, Snow. And then we find out that his mentors are Mags, Beatty, and Iris. Beatty is in there because his son got reaped, which I didn't even know that he had a son, and that was insane. I thought that that piece of information is so crazy, to think that he has a kid, because they couldn't punish him because he's too valuable to the Capitol. That they then punished him in the sense of taking away his kid and putting him in the reaping to die. So Beatty took it upon himself with Iris and Mags to be able to carry out this rebel plan that they have with Plutarch, who I'm sure got all of these things, like their trinkets that they have, passed, because their trinkets have all these little things that are going to help in the rebellion in order to make the spark that they need to carry out the drowning of the actual games itself. I have yet to get to the actual games part, guys. Like, I have yet to get to the actual games part, which tells me the games are going to last like maybe the next upcoming 5 chapters, if that. The lore is so good, and the way that she writes in this book is so amazing, and the people saying that it's a cash grab obviously don't understand the politics that are in Sunrise on the Reaping. And I hate to be the one to say it, but books are political. They are taking away our physical media, and they're making sure that we don't have access to things now. Like, there's so many things that are censored, there's so many things that are banned, and I feel like this is a book that's probably going to be added to that ban list. Like, I'm going to be so honest, the entire Hunger Games series is probably going to end up on a ban list someday, and I'm glad that I have the, you know, the physical copies of it. And then digital media, did you guys see what's going on with Kindle? Like, all the books that I've purchased technically aren't even mine, but I feel like that was a given. Like, we purchased a license to be able to read the books on our Kindle, but like, yeah, like that wasn't a surprise to me. But then some people were like, oh, like, this is insane. Books are political, media is political, everything in its own sense is political, no matter which way you slice it. That this is a very political piece, and I see it. And I hear her, and I enjoy it. And everyone asking for the games is obviously not seeing the part that they're playing in this. Her opinions are shown in this book. And the way that she writes about grief in this book is so honest and so real. And I just, like, it's insane. It's insane that I've been reading her books for so long, and they just keep getting better. We all know the outcome of this book because we all know Haymitch wins. We all know that he ends up with no, you know, love, no family. So getting as attached to these characters as I am, I'm kind of scared. But I will see you guys when I finish this book. So let's go. Let's keep reading. Thank you for joining me on this journey. Also, if you haven't followed all of my social media, it's gonna be linked down below in the description, as well as all of my bookish links if you want to see what I read on the day-to-day, see my reviews in real time. That is where we're at with Sunrise on the Reaping, and that's as much of an update I have for you right now. I have officially 7 chapters left in this book, and dare I say I'm just a tad bit scared to finish it because Haymitch is this close to winning. I knew this was gonna happen. I don't understand why I'm crying. This is so sad. time for heartbreak in the finest place in my entire apartment. Oh, it's gonna be sad when I don't have this anymore, but I'm trading this for a couch, so we shall see if I keep it or not. To be fair, I already got the sleeves, so let's get into it. We're officially getting to the sad parts, so I'm gonna start recording and oh, this is mean. I wasn't ready. I thought I was ready. I wasn't ready. It gets worse. It gets so much worse. We're okay, we're fine, we're good. Any minute. Oh, this is mean. Oh, I'm unwell. I'm so unwell. No! Suzanne Collins, you better be paying for my therapy, bitch, because what is this? Like the keys we really did. Hey, bitch! The way that I can't stomach this is so bad. We have officially finished Sunrise on the Reaping, and dare I say, this takes the cake and takes Catching Fire off of the pedestal that I put it on, because Catching Fire has been my favorite movie, my favorite book. I'm curious to see what they do with the movie adaptation of this book, considering there's so much lore packed into these 400 pages that it's like, can you really do it justice? Let me wrap this up in like the best way possible, or the best way that I can. I gave this book 5 stars. I wish I could give it 6. This is a god tier like rating kind of book that I feel like no stars can really do it justice. This entire series is insane. Absolutely insane. Books are political. This series is very political. If you're not into that, don't pick up the series. But literally, the way that she touches on propaganda and the capital and the way things are fed to us in a certain way, or certain things are censored, I feel like she did a great job of portraying that with Haymitch's entire story. To say that the Covey haunts the narration of this is honestly the bare minimum that I can say, because Covey is heavy in this book, and I love the Covey and how much the Covey helps propel our narration of the revolution, in the sense that they literally provide the music, the ambiance that we hear Catching Fire and Mockingjay Part 1 and 2, the movies and the book. Edgar Allan Poe, I mean, you're gonna have some issues because the Raven is Haymitch's bird for sure in this book. And I feel like the Mockingjay was Lucy Gray's, and then the dove was Lenore's. And then it's this thing, it's just a lot. And like the amount of lore that we unpacked, and then to realize that Burdock, cry, I need to stop. He was best friends with Katniss's dad, and Katniss only sees Haymitch as this drunk man is insane. The fact that he sees Luella in Katniss and calls her sweetheart, and not in like a demeaning way, but in like a meaningful way, and that we see that now is absolutely insane. The book hangover that I'm gonna have from this book is insane. I'm in mourning. Like, I knew it was gonna happen, but it didn't make it hurt any less. The way that his family dies in this is insane. The way that he just trusted the gumdrops is insane. Never the red ones. Never, never, never the red ones, because, that was bad. Snow was evil. I think Suzanne saw us putting him on a pedestal with the Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes and rooting for him. And that's when we get this. The reality. And that's fine with me. I feel so bad for Haymitch. Like, I knew this was gonna fuck me up. I still read it anyway. And that's why I put it off so much, but Jesus. Suzanne Collins, you outdid yourself. Everyone who's asking for books on the games specifically, you missed the memo of this book. It's literally the entirety of this book is the propaganda. You are feeding into it like you are in the Capitol, and we don't want to do that. Hello? Hello? That was the entire theme of this book, and I appreciate it so much. Here to say it, Haymitch is a great book boyfriend. On a more lighthearted note, Haymitch is the best book boyfriend. He's so loyal to Lenore. And, him and Peeta. It hurts me even more. And the fact is, he doesn't even become a drunk until the very end, because Burdock, Katniss's dad, feeds him cough syrup, and it's just downhill from there, because he's more so trying to forget, because it takes him 25 more years before he's able to see the sun no longer rise on a reaping, and that's what he promised Lenore. I love this book like all fire. I love them like all fire. Like, it's devastating. And like the most heartbreaking, most liberating literature in the entire world. Because what do you mean you're doing this with a YA novel? What do you mean? What do you mean you're doing this with a YA novel? And you're telling me you don't read YA? Ugh, you're insane. I'm sorry, I will always pick up a good YA novel. I don't care how old I get. I am 20. I'm turning 21 next month. Alright, I'm back and more composed. I'm sorry you guys had to watch me cry and, you know, went through this traumatic event with me, because this story, I feel like, holds such a deep place in my heart, and I've been keeping this series so close to my heart since I was a kid, and it just, I don't know, it was just a perfect piece of the puzzle, and I'm so glad you guys were able to experience this with me. That being said, if you guys have not seen any of my content online other than YouTube, check out my TikTok. I have a book talk. She's linked down below in the description. My username is also going to be on the screen for you guys. But I also have some bookish links for you guys if you guys liked a video like this and you guys want to keep up with what I'm reading, because, you know, that's only one of the many books that I have on my shelf currently that are going to be read in this upcoming month as well. That was insane. Thank you for experiencing it with me. Thank you for liking, subscribing, and doing all the things that you guys do to keep this channel going. I love you, thank you, and I will see you guys next Friday. Bye.